We wanted to prove something, prove that you could combine all of these departments, whether it's scouting, player development, traditional coaching, all these areas, and bring them together and truly invest in the development of the players. The end goal really is just to develop hockey players and to make them the very best that they can be, utilizing the principles that we value in scouting, that we value in player development, that we value in traditional coaching. And our belief ultimately is if we can invest in the individual development of each of the players, that the tide will rise all boats, so to speak, and that we'll have a lot of success as a group. I think anytime you're in a competitive situation, the objective is to win. Probably a more important goal is to have each of these players find a new frontier in their game that they probably otherwise wouldn't have been able to find without the resources and the development that goes on here.
It's really important for our players when they come here to kind of build a professional lifestyle. There's a lot of items during the week that are important in terms of maintenance, recovery. So like on a typical week, we'll lift Monday, Wednesday. Tuesday, Thursdays are recovery workouts, maintenance things for the body. It's important that the kids understand that when they go on to the next level, that even if the team or coaching staff that they're working with doesn't present something to them in terms of maintenance and taking care of themselves as pros, that they've already ingrained that kind of lifestyle.
Our owner, Larry Robbins, he's a hockey man, in his own right, and he has a real passion for player development. So he and I kind of share a similar vision in the importance of player development. So he, provided us the resources to partner with Belfry Hockey, and Daryl and Adam, those guys are probably the best in the world at what they do. Daryl's client list with Austin Matthews, Patrick Kane, Sidney Crosby, it speaks for itself. The best players in the world go to work with Daryl.
It's pioneering. It takes a lot of vision from a lot of people, starting with the ownership, down to the general manager, through to the coaching staff, to really embrace the whole thing. It's one thing to say we want to have player development and you hire people to come in and to apply skill, but what we're trying to do here comes right from the top and filters its way through as an entire culture change to what is actually going to be expected at this level for the Steel.
The play should be, the puck is loose, I need to pull it back to try to open something up. There it is. Oh, that's really good. Try again, try again. I really like that one.
So Belfry Hockey supports the Steel by creating an individual development plan for each player that supports the structure of where the team is trying to go from a coaching perspective, so that the coaching staff and the player development initiatives are exactly the same.
It's more protection to go all the way through then and put it there. So I want to give you that as an option.
I think that on the ice, being able to work with some of the best skilled coaches in the world have allowed me to accelerate my game in different areas. I think that one of the biggest things I've been able to grow in is the defensive part of the game, and I think that's been more of a coaching staff thing, mentality-wise. I think that's helped my game a lot, and then I think just being able to make better plays with the puck, giving me more tools to use in the game, have allowed me as a smaller guy to be able to create more plays and have more success offensively.
Daryl Belfry and Adam Nicholas do a great job when they're in town to work with the kids and add to what we're already doing here, especially at a micro level. We have our systems, our concepts, and those guys really come in and really break things down in terms of footwork, stick detail, a lot of mental concepts of creating space, preserving space, really how to manipulate time and energy to their advantage within our macro systems that we talk about here.
As it's coming over, you can't touch it, but you can start getting body position. So when it lands, you've surrounded the puck.
Yeah, they're awesome. Just some of the things that they think of as just like crazy. So it's just simple stuff that makes such a big difference. So I think they've definitely helped me a lot.
We illustrate what is going on, and then we collaborate with the players. We want to partner with the athlete to be able to illuminate aspects of their game that need more work that maybe they would not have been able to see had we not illustrated it.
I think this year as a player, I've developed a lot in all areas of my game, defensively, and offensively. I think coming into this year, for me, it was finding confidence in my game and being consistent.
You know, winning and development are not mutually exclusive. That winning is a byproduct of investing and developing the players.
It's the ability to learn something and be able to apply it, and how quickly the player is able to apply what they've learned is the barometer. How fast can you take something new that's been presented to you and utilize it effectively in a game? And to utilize it, you have to be able to read the correct situation in which it needs to be applied.
When the kids leave this program, they're going on to the next level with tools and assets that they can use for themselves. We want to make sure that regardless of what level they're going to, what coach they're going to play for, that they can think for themselves, that they've had thousands and thousands of reps, mental reps at making decisions on the ice based on the spatial awareness around them, based on the players and the movement around them. A lot of it's just concepts, giving them ideas of working off of each other within a foundation.
Being a Steel player comes with a lot of responsibilities. From the moment we got here, you really looked at what you do on and off the ice, and you had to, see what you do wrong, and we've been held accountable when it comes to nutrition, going to bed at the right time, getting to the rink earlier, doing rehab to stay healthy all year. I think we're really held to a high standard to be professionals at a young age, and I think it's huge for our development.
Been a year which I've maybe developed the most as a player in all aspects of my game, and being able to be in a professional environment has helped me for hopefully one day being in that actual environment of being in a professional organization. I think that the habits that I've built here this year will allow me to make a pretty easy transition there because I've already had the experience here.
The resources extend as well to the academic side. We have an education coordinator who had study hall with our players, SAT and ACT prep. We want to make sure that our players are achieving and progressing academically as much as they're progressing on the ice. So the first thing that we did when we moved to the Fox Valley Ice Arena was we renovated our locker room and put in a player lounge as well. If you walk through our facilities, they're probably at the higher end of the USHL when it comes to our player space. A great locker room, dry stalls that are adjacent to that, our training room that has a cold tub for recovery for our players, and then you get into the players' lounge. The lounge is a great teaching space with classroom tables and chairs that you can do video, but also a place that you can unwind with a ping pong table, a place to play video games, and a chance for our players just to be boys for a few hours during the course of the day. Just being in Chicago and being in a hockey-centric town and community, it's incredibly exciting and really electric for our players.
Building personal relationships with each of the kids, knowing that we care about them as people, that we care about the end game of them as hockey players.
I think that in a lot of the organizations, they put winning first before development and getting their players to the next level and trying to get their players to be the best they can be. I think that here, while we value winning, I think that the development part is probably the biggest piece, and I think that coaching staff and the GM allow the players the best resources.
Sometimes at the college level, at the pro level, you don't really get that hands-on or every day at the rink experience in terms of working with the athlete. And at this level and at this age, it's just a lot of fun to help these kids reach their dreams and get them on to the next level.
High-end players have a lot of options. Certainly options north of the border in the Canadian Hockey League. There's this option. There's other Tier 2 junior options, and there's Europe. So I think when we meet with a family and bring a player in here or offer a player a spot here, we do it understanding that that player has a dream, that that player has something that they're motivated towards, working towards to reach. So I think that comes with responsibility on our end.
First 5 seconds, Red can do it. Red can do it.
We want to make sure whenever a player, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, comes through this program, whether they go to college or somewhere else, that they say, that was the best experience I ever had in hockey.
We believe we're the best market in the league. We believe the access that we have for parents of players to come and see their kids play, the number of NHL and collegiate scouts that you're going to be able to play in front of on a nightly basis, and just the access to living in a hockey-crazy community like Chicago is a step above what anybody else can offer a young player.
This is something you will never be able to get anywhere else. You have the best skill coaches, you have the best coaches, you have an unbelievable facility, you just have great people around you, and you'll come into the rink and knowing you're part of a family. And I think to develop as a player and a person, this is the place you need to be.
As a staff, we have a passion of wanting to help these players become better people and better hockey players. And we feel real fortunate to be able to come in every day, be given the tools and resources we need to do that. And it's a privilege to be part of this deal.